So the elevator trip is fast and smooth, and as you come to the stop,
Elevators that actually work. Imagine that.
yeah, hey, if something breaks there, they just fix it themselves with alien tech.
Oh
You'll be
God.
lucky to not end up on the moon in their elevators. Um, the doors open after the elevator loudly dings. It's like the one thing that's not quiet on this ride. And you step out, and there is like a hallway um that leads down a little bit and branches out into this other massive research and development wing. And a security guard walks up to you. Says, excuse me, sirs. He seems like he's a little awkward, like you're not the usual guests on this floor. So he's like, all right, am I handling this according to protocol? Am I using the right term? Like, whatever. He's like, I'm just gonna do my job. Try to ignore the fact that you guys are Power Rangers. Um, you're here to see Dr. Tam?
Yes, please.
Follow me. He's got this very militaristic nature, and he starts walking down the hallway towards the expanded room area. And you see a few scientists working on different projects scattered around the room. You see some sparks fly from one scientist, and he starts giggling because he's finally gotten a response from what he was working on. Others are working very diligently at their computers. None of them even notice you. And then there's Dr. Tam, who is a young, probably late 20s, early to mid 30s at the oldest man who wearing his lab coat, and he practically jumps around his desk and starts power walking over to you guys. And he's like, "Wow, Power Rangers. Huge fan. What can I do for you guys today?" And he's like almost like aggressively, like violently shakes your hands because he's excited.
Can we talk to you in private for a moment?
Oh, yeah, sure.
We
He
have a
brings you over to his desk, and as you stand like around the desk, he presses a button, and you can see like um the glass like walls come up from the floor to complete like an enclosure around his desk, and then it does that whole frosting effect. And if you weren't wearing your helmets, your ears would have popped. You're now in a like negative pressure, soundproof enclosure. What can I do for you guys? I'm always happy to help the Power Rangers.
we have a bit of a delicate situation.
Okay.
Do you remember what was it
Few
a few
weeks.
weeks ago?
Yeah, it would have been a few weeks.
A few weeks ago, there was all sorts of strangeness happening.
You mean that weird temporal disturbance that caused people to disappear?
Yeah.
I'd say that was strange. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
We've been
What
kind of
when
looking into it, and
um
think we think we found something, but we can't be certain.
what when whatever caused the event happened, it unfortunately whatever it's done has left certain energy contaminants in and around the area. This means that any of our existing sensor technologies cannot work around. Basically, it's blocking out our existing tech to be able to look into the situation.
Okay.
we were hoping that we could either borrow or have you use it. Your good listener
You see
to
this
help
look of
us
like
filter
shock
out
come
the
over his face.
energies.
How did you hear about Good Listener?
Outside meta question for a moment.
Yeah.
How did Zordon find out?
Oh man. Oh man, here we go. Now we're just gonna go down a rabbit hole. Like, does anybody even know about Zordon? Do we explain to him? So we got this robot.
Zordon,
I have a
alien
plan.
technology advanced and a robot entire thing. So it's not entirely out of the bag that they could get something like that.
I have an option if you need me to.
Well,
I just wanted to ask
Zordon-
the DM first.
Zordon has, because of his Eltarian technology, he's able to get information more easily. That's why as soon as a monster spawns, oh look, I know exactly what the hell it's called.
Okay, I have a possible answer.
So he basically pulls a Cerebro.
Yeah, I mean
Basically.
he's a floating head
He
tapped
is,
into the morphing grade.
He is the internet.
He knows all. He sees all.
Yeah,
I thought
okay.
I thought he was a person in that floating head tube.
That was in the movie. His
Well-
body. If you go by comics, his body's been decimated.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
And
Okay,
It's just his spirit now.
yeah,
getting caught in a time warp is freaky business.
yeah.
So it's whatever the person telling the story wants to have it be.
Okay, I got it. Leave it to me, Colin.
Go ahead.
Okay. Your company works with alien tech. You're cutting edge tech, and the Rangers, whether it's our generation or previous generations of us, have always had our eyes and our ears open. And we hear things. Most of the time, we don't need to do anything about it. But you can imagine someone who does not necessarily have good intentions getting a hold of technology they shouldn't. How bad that could possibly be.
Okay. Give me a persuasion skill check.
Okay, one moment. Oh yeah,
Let me
persuasion
find-
skills, I forgot about that.
And let me find his stats. Okay, there we go. 5 pages off.
Oh, that's
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
damn
it's right
good.
there.
24.
Okay.
Too shy of my theoretical maximum at the moment.
He looks and he says, or he's like looking at you. He goes, you know what? That makes absolute sense. I would do the same thing. Okay. Well, and he starts thinking things over and he goes, it's still experimental. And I mean, I want to let you guys use it. I trust you. Can you give me any more information about what is, like, how it's going to be used?
One moment. This is me spitballing, so this is out of.
Yeah.
I just need to spitball for a moment. So we're using the scanner good listener, to act as a filter or a new type of scanner? What
You're
exactly?
basically, from the way Zordon explained it, you'll be combining it with existing technology that you have at the command center to get past the interference and triangulate the source of the initial energy wave as a means to eventually lead to stopping it from ever happening again and
Yeah.
possibly get the kidnapped or the taken people back.
Use it to boost, scan,
Well,
and
that's easy
triangulate.
enough. 3, 2, 1, play on.
And scene.
Right now, our plan is to combine it with our sensor array to be able to move past the interference that I was telling you about, to be able to triangulate the source of the wave. Once we know where the coordinates for that, we're going to be doing some search and rescue. Not everyone. There's still plenty of people missing from that incident that we need to find and bring home.
And you see him almost like he's doing the math in his head. Give me one more persuasion check.
22 crit on the skill die.
Okay. So you see him start rubbing his chin like he's really in thought. Pulls out a pen and starts writing some symbols and numbers down on a piece of paper. And you see him draw some lines and he's doing other things. And it's like he's almost forgotten that there are two Power Rangers standing right next to him.
I just let him
And he's
do his
just,
thing. I know
yeah,
better than interfering with the sciencey types when they're doing stuff.
Yeah, if anything, John's just thinking, I wish I was smart enough to understand what I'm looking at.
and he suddenly just stands upright. He goes, huh. Okay. So in order to use good listener to help in your ways, you're going to need to go to multiple locations, and he just starts rambling. All this stuff about trajectory and locations and all this information, and it is going right over your heads. And then he stops and goes, "Oh, sorry, I got lost in the math again."
That's fine.
And he goes, "Yeah, okay. You're gonna need to take it with you. So here's how it works." And he gives you the rundown of basically how it works. A lot of technical jargon that he tries to kind of dumb down. Does not do it very well. He's used to talking to other scientists, but you get the general idea. That you do have to. It's got to be hooked directly into another scanning device. And you're gonna have to move around to specific locations. But he then lowers the privacy wall. He says, "Come with me." And he walks over to a small, well, like a double door size vault door built into a wall. And he puts his hand against a seemingly normal tile. And you see a green light from beneath the tile just scan his hand, and the door opens. He steps inside. So you guys need to wait outside though. Walks into the vault. You hear a couple of buttons being pushed, and another safe door open, and he comes out with a box. Inside this box is Good Listener, and it's about the size of it's maybe about 8 to 10 inches squared or cubed, actually. And he says, you got to be very careful with the box. Keep it inside the box until you're ready to use it. And you're ready to connect it with your device. This is proprietary tech. And he goes over to his desk, signs a document, and presses a button on the desk, which you've come to realize it wasn't paper that he was writing on. It was like a whiteboard, a digital whiteboard built into his desk. And he just sent the authorization forms for you guys to leave with this box, so the security won't stop you.
Nice.
And just, I know your jobs can get pretty hectic and dangerous. This is the only prototype. Please try not to damage it. And he hands you the box. And says, good luck.
Thank you.
And the security guard that brought you over comes back. And doesn't even say anything to you this time, just kind of extends his hand pointing towards the elevator. Like he's waving you to go back there. Do you follow him or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. He walks with you over to the elevator. You swipe the key card on the panel. Doors open. You go in. He gives you like a little good luck type nod. And then the doors shut and you head down to the lobby. As you come out, you see over by the reception desk there is now like 6 or 7 other young receptionists standing there, almost as giddy as the first one was. Just excited to see Power Rangers.
It's the uniform, right? They dig the uniform.
Chicks dig the suit. Chicks dig the Zord.
Chicks dig the core.
And you see that the one that you talked to already is standing there, same as she was before, trying to keep her composure. And as you're walking by with the box in hand, she's like, excuse me.
Yes.
I need the key card back.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'll hand her the key card.
She takes it from you, blushes, and all her like fellow receptionists are kind of like giddy with her. You can tell that these women do not get out much at all. Or they just have no social life.
They're book talk girls.
She thanks you for giving the card back. And she says, thanks for coming to Emigren. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Well,
and as you approach the front door, the security guard stationed inside swipes his card and the door opens. And you see that there is a small group of people standing around the Uma Riders.
Sorry. I just had this whole like image in my head of like chirping the lock alarm. just
remotely revving the engine.
Oh man. If
all you hear, instead of a chirp alarm or a revved engine, you hear a horse.
Yeah. Sorry. Excuse us.
Mission? Ricky talking, not me.
Wait, what happened? What'd you say?
Ricky's just like through the
Don't
comms,
say
been
it.
observing. He's been observing through the windows, like you guys going along the places, and he's like, "Well, that was slightly boring, but that's good."
Boring's great. It's okay.
Oh, you don't want boring?
It's
okay, hang on.
Nah.
Yeah, boy.
Nah.
Yeah, boy. TPK.
It's
Now
since you
I
bring
roll well.
Zed along now, please.
Yeah.
No, it's the classic. It's the classic. Boring is good.
Yeah.
It's just not what we're used to.
What do you think was scarier, the armed men or all the receptionists that appeared out of the ether?
Well, to be honest, Ricky was not there to be socially awkward, so he's fine.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and like walk up to the Uma Rider and like essentially make myself seen and try to get myself onto my bike.
Okay. The crowd parts. They're just excited to see actual Power Rangers. They weren't sure if it was going to be cosplayers. But they see you and they're like, okay, yeah, these guys are legit.
Man, I thought it was gonna be He-Man.
You
knew it was happening,
I'm
guys.
I'm just gonna go over the comms just to fuck with John and Jonas and be like, "Hey, me and Ricky made some nice schmoes. Do you want some?" He purposefully says s'mores wrong.
We got the. I guess we're fucking. Let's ride off into the sunset, Jonas. I mean, I'm not gonna call you Jonas out loud. You ready to ride off into the sunset?
Yeah, let's go.
Hi ho, Silver, away!
Meanwhile, we just get teleported back to the center, and we're just there, still relaxing when you guys arrive.
Ricky and Donovan teleport once they realize that there's no need for them to be standing there. And Jonas, as you and John take off on the Uma Riders down the street, you feel the sensation that you're being teleported. And as you ride away, all that the assembled people see is you and the Uma Riders just teleport and disappear.
Great Scott!
If there was any doubt that you guys were legit Power Rangers, it is now gone.
It admittedly would have been funny if one of them's like, I don't know, man, that looks pretty fake.
I've seen some pretty good CGI.
That'd probably be me if I was down there.
Now, you all reconvene in the command center.
Hey guys,
Alpha
how's
comes
it going? Want to smoke? Casually pulls out s'more from nowhere.
Alpha comes over, takes the box from you, opens it up, and pulls out the energy analyzer known as Good Listener. And you can see on like a work tray, there's another familiar piece of technology next to it. And he goes to start working on them. And Zordon starts speaking. Excellent work, Power Rangers. Alpha and I have tracked down the quadrant of the Black Eye Galaxy from where the Machine Empire originated the assaults on Angel Grove. The trouble is, however, that our search has narrowed down the location to any one of roughly 1,000 planets and their various satellite bodies, such as moons and pseudo-solid rings. That is still an extremely large area of space to search, so we need you to use the good listener device to narrow things down.
Yeah.
There are 5 locations you need to go to in order to align the signal to triangulate the location or the source of the initial energy wave. The first is the top of the Harrison Street apartments. And everybody give me a culture skill check, please.
All right.
And we're going to use this for all of the locations to see if you know anything about them. So Ricky doesn't know anything.
Baby!
Yes.
That is 23 with a crit on the D4.
Okay.
17.
Okay. Fade, what you get for a culture check? Oh, he's muted. Are you there, Fade?
You are muted.
Yeah.
Fade.
Sorry,
There he is.
I was doing something. My bad.
All right. Give me a culture skill check.
Oh, oh Lord. How do I roll if I have a snag? Just 2d20s?
Yeah, do /R space 2d20. You can re-roll that
damn.
one. So just do /R1. Yeah, there you go. All right. So you basically got a 10. All right. So all of you have some familiarity with the locations. John, actually no, I'm sorry. Ricky does not.
I was about to say, how
His
do
mind
I?
his mind is a void. John, you instantly when you hear each of those locations, there's something about it you know. And Jonas, you are familiar. It takes you a minute or so to realize why you're familiar with these areas. But then a pattern starts to emerge. First one is the top of the Harrison Street apartments, which is the roof of Jason's apartment complex. Then there is the Municipal Gardens gazebo, where Aisha went missing. Hole 7 Frisbee Golf at Fielding Park, which is I forget who went missing there. Let me see. Did someone go missing there, or was it just something else? Because you've gone to Fielding Park a couple of times. Yeah, Fielding Park is where you you dealt with some putties that were interrupting a picnic. The roof of Angel Gate Mall, where you met your new good buddy Genghis Khan. And the tunnel exit on Shukheim Island. That's 5. And Shukheim Island is, of course, the island above the entrance to the Dragonzord's lair. Zordon continues on saying, you have to use the good listener device at each of these locations long enough to triangulate a signal. You have to one of you will have to use the device at you'll have to spread out who uses it at which location, because this is not just going to a location, using the device, and getting a result. You have to send an enhanced signal burst along the remnants of the energy path up into space. So you need to have a clear line of sight of the sky. And it will require a power boost from whoever uses it. You will have to be morphed, and you will have to give a portion of your morphed energy to the device to power it. And it will take roughly 30 to 60 seconds to get an accurate reading. Now, Alpha hands you the now adjusted device, and the piece of equipment that was familiar was the Energic Analyzer. The same device that you used to absorb a lot of the mechanomagnetic static in the past. Where would you like to go next?
Scratchy. You guys want to head over to the municipal garden?
Sounds good. Am I
Why
gonna
not?
earn more for that?
Yes. Yeah, we lesson learned.
Don't unmorph now. There's still people watching.
Yeah. Fucking recording us. Okay.
Okay, let's see. All right. So, how are you getting off the building? Are you just going to drop down to the alley and take the Uma riders to the location, or are you going to request a teleport?
Might be
We have an
easier to request a
audience.
teleport, to be honest with you. The Uma Riders themselves are going to draw attention.
Yeah. All right. So Alpha signals you, get ready to teleport. I'll teleport you to a location that's quiet so you can power down. But you'll have to walk in through the front gate.
Okay.
So he teleports you. You reappear outside of the municipal gardens, behind a shack. And like a small storage section just outside the main gate. You power down, and now you can enter in through the front gate.
Oh, that's nice. I'm always concerned that it's always a dumpster that we get teleported to before we morph. Okay. Through the gates!
As you enter into the municipal garden, you notice the closer you get to the gazebo, the stranger things are getting. It doesn't look quite the same as it did the last time you were here. Let me see. What is the exact differences? Okay. You also realize that the main gate, there's nobody manning it. There is that small wooden barrier across it, locking people out. But there's a damaged part of the wall that you can just kind of squeeze past. And you realize The damage. In fact, everybody give me an alertness skill check. Let's make you work for this information.
Ooh, I'm not working for it.
Ooh, 17. Fucking...
Neither is Fate.
23 with a crit on the D6.
Okay.
I'm an alert boy today. Must be the 1,200 milligrams of caffeine I ingested.
That'll do it. I can see through time. Jonas, what'd you get? Alertness.
14.
Jonas, you and John notice the damage, and Jonas, you notice that it looks very familiar. John, you walk over to it, and in your best Horatio from CSI Miami, you kneel down next to the damage. You put your hand on it, and you bring your fingers to your face, smelling like the burnt sand, basically. And you're like, this damage was caused by a Dragonzord missile.
Just licks dirt. Dragon Zord fire.
And as you get closer to the gazebo, you notice that certain areas have become overrun with vines. Let's see. Oop, wrong screen. And that zoomed in a lot. This is now basically what the botanical gardens looks like. You guys can drag your tokens. You're over on this side to the left, this path. Like, you can see where I'm pointing in the black over here.
Yeah.
That's the area that you're in.
Okay,
Coming up
I
onto
can't
the path.
see. I'm gonna reload the page, see if that helps.
And there we go. Okay.
So I cannot see.
The
So
screen
that's
is
my
black?
It
I think
is.
it's.
Yeah.
I think it was saying that the token doesn't have visibility or something.
All right. 1 second.
Small detail. Minor setback. Whoa, look at that. There's a garden.
Okay.
Whoa.
See, this whole thing, when they updated the Foundry, they changed a few things. Namely, the token vision. There's like 2 options for it now. I only turned off 1.
Tell me what your elf eyes see.
Oh, I did have a map for the rooftop. Huh. Not that it really mattered. All right. So we got boop and boop. Yeah. Affected. Okay. Give me alertness skill checks.
– 17.
16.
Okay.
The best roll I'm getting of the night.
Yeah. So you guys start seeing putties. There's 3. Wonder. I'm gonna try something. Experiment time. You're gonna go blind again.
Nice.
Oh, actually. All right. What do you see now?
3 putties and a garden.
Okay, so the fog exploration didn't kick on. All right. Never mind. Not trying it. Right now, all you guys see is these 3 putties standing in front of the dome entrance, and everything. You could see vines and overgrowth inside from just a little bit that you can see inside the dome. You also notice that the putties themselves have vines wrapped around them, and they don't appear to be acting like normal putties.
Jungle putties.
And I'm going to take this one and stick it over here. Start the combat setup.
So full disclosure, your fog thing may be working. Because I did not see
Why?
that putty exist until you pulled him to the corner.
Oh, that's the initiative tracker putty.
Yeah, I didn't see it
Yeah.
anywhere.
I just dropped it right there.
Okay. I was like, ah.
So, yeah, you didn't see it because it wasn't there before.
Nice.
All right, add yourselves to the combat tracker, please.
Ah, shit. Forgot to follow up.
There. John, you're on twice.
Fucking I am?
Okay,
That's
on my list.
magical.
You are.
So yeah, same. I don't know how that happened. But I'm gonna follow Jonas.
All right. I'll delete one of yours. All right. All right. Jonas is added. Okay. Jonas, roll your initiative. Give it the plus. It's what is it? +1 for follow.
+1
Is
for
John-
each person following me.
All right. John is following you. John, roll the d4.
Okay.
17.
4.
All right. So, D 17 and update 13. I can math. And now the putty. Oh, awesome. Fantastic. That is some straight up bullshit.
That's fucking collusion.
You know what I just realized?
Hmm.
And in fact, I want all of you guys to roll another alertness skill check real quick. See if you realize it too.
20 with the crit on the D6. I will never roll this good again.
Probably not. Okay. Jonas, alertness, real quick.
16.
Okay. Donovan, Jonas, John, you realize you seem to be one ranger short.
Huh?
Jack's
Jack.
not with you.
Jack hasn't been with us this entire time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I knew that. Why is this a surprise to anybody?
Well, nobody's asked about it. That's why I brought it up.
Ah,
Well, it's normally like
I mean,
somewhere.
out of game, I just assumed you didn't feel like having to run your DMPC, or you had a story reason.
Either that or he's back in time.
I've been
in game. Jonas is like, one less issue I have to manage.
In game, there may be a reason for it. Out of game, I honestly fucking forgot to bring him in.
Nice.
I was thinking about so many other different things.
You were like trying to add threats at the last minute too, and
Yeah. It's been one of those weeks. All right, anyway. Okay, so you see these three putties standing in the way of the dome. Now, are you guys being stealthy at all while walking in?
My answer is automatic, but you guys are up to do what you want.
I probably wouldn't have until I saw the putties. Or
Okay.
heard them, or...
I mean, I don't think we were morphed when we entered, so...
Yeah, you're not morphed.
No.
So, let's see. All right. Anybody who is being stealthy, give me an alertness, or not alertness, infiltration skill check.
Why are we doing an infiltration skill check?
This is to see if the putties notice you. If you're being stealthy. If you're not being stealthy, they're probably going to notice you.
Did we notice them before and we have a chance of thinking that we can be stealthy, or did we just kind of met them?
This is one of those, you're walking in. Are you being like, are you being loud as you're walking, or are you, just coming in quietly, like trying not to draw attention to yourselves, and then you see these putties?
Okay.
So do you switch immediately to stealth mode, or what? Or do you just be like, well, fuck, I'm just gonna not move and pretend I'm invisible?
To dive in the bushes. Now that's not gonna be very stealthy, but we'll see.
13.
Not bad, so 10.
All right.
Dives into the bushes like, oh shit. Bushes.
Okay. All right. So let me.
I don't know why I'm upside down though. Oh, it's because of movement. Interesting.
Fade, was that 6? Your stealth roll.
Stealth roll.
Okay. Okay. John, what did you get?
13.
Okay. And Jonas?
12.
Okay. All right. So 2 of the putties look directly at all of you. The third one takes a second, and the only one he immediately noticed was Donovan.
Yay.
So you won't get a chance for a surprise round for this combat. But it's 3 putties. What could go wrong?